Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Eagle Vision News Break. I'm Grant Bodie.
And I'm Devin Bishop. Here are the stories we're covering for you at this hour. Years after it stopped population growth by having a one-child policy, China has announced that married couples can have 2 children. This move comes as China is having to confront slowing growth and a rapidly aging society. Even though China is still the most populous nation, the population is expected to peak in a decade unless the birth rate starts rising. They did try to have a policy like in 2013 like this, but it did not help as much as they thought it would. It did not because many countries heard about the one-child policy. After hearing about it, many people decided to not adopt from China. With this new policy, China hopes that the country will not decrease population.
Carolina Panthers kicker Graham Gano made a 52-yard field goal in overtime as the Panthers beat the Indianapolis Colts 29-26. The rainy Monday night win keeps the Panthers undefeated for the year. The game was forced into overtime after the Colts charged back from a 17-point deficit in the last 7 minutes of regulation, as quarterback Andrew Luck heated up. The Colts kicked a 50-yard field goal to open overtime, putting them in good position for the win. The Panthers then matched it with a 42-yard make of their own. After getting the ball back in overtime, Carolina kicker Graham Gano made up for a missed extra point earlier in the game and knocked the winning kick through the uprights. Carolina has won a franchise record 11 regular season games dating back to last season and have matched their win total from last year already with 7 wins. Panthers quarterback Cameron Newton finished the game with 248 yards passing and only 1 interception.
At Los Angeles, 2 students who were sexually abused got $3 million in a court case. They got this from jurors believing that the students deserved more compensation from their school district. The school hired a teacher who had previously been in the situation of touching students, whose name is Paul Chappell III. He was found guilty of touching these 2 boys in this case, and 11 other children. Chappell is now doing a 25-year jail sentence. John Manley, an attorney for the boys, held the jury for getting this amount of money to help the boys instead of the $500,000 that the school was going to give.
The Toronto Blue Jays have ignited a flame for baseball in Canada as a country. In the United States, there are 29 teams. Some people favor the New York Yankees, some the Atlanta Braves, maybe the St. Louis Cardinals or the Boston Red Sox. But in Canada, the entire nation has one Major League Baseball team to cheer on, the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays right field slugger Jose Bautista said in a recent interview, "When you have a whole country pulling for you, it's different than other teams." Being a fan of American baseball in Canada comes with some issues, though. A group of fans in Whitehorse, Yukon Territory have formed a Facebook page to complain about the early starting times of the Blue Jays playoff games in the Pacific time zone. However, even with the early times, these Canadian fans are staying loyal. In St. John's, a quaint port town of about 100,000, Blue Jays gear is on demand as the team surges in the playoffs. The town's small sports store, Maverick Sports and Collectibles, had a long waiting list of anxious customers hoping their shirts would arrive before game time Wednesday, with the Jays on the verge of elimination. But the Blue Jays won in a rout, and Jays business is still thriving. As the store owner says, "If you see a delivery truck, send them here, quick." That's all for this edition of Eagle Vision News Break.
Thanks for watching. We hope you'll join us tomorrow.